Got me worried there, pal. They fucked us up pretty bad, huh?
Huh?
Damn, you really don't remember a thing? I'm Carl Cardman, your best pal. At least I was, until Evil Way Corporation turned me into a shopping cart. Now we have to get my body back. Oh, and your brain too. They cut out like half of it, possibly more.
Yo, what is up, guys? Gamerverse back again, once again, doing another video for you guys today, man. So today we are doing a review. We are reviewing a game called Bum Simulator. If you guys haven't heard about it, this is the very unhinged, funny, and strange game called Bum Simulator, where you play as a homeless person. Yes, you heard me correct. You play as a homeless person. And in this game, there's a lot of cool things going on. Oh, funny things as well, but I think it's mostly funny. And you try to survive on the streets. And the game is filled with a lot of absurd humor and chaotic gameplay. I mean, on paper, this game just sounds ridiculous, but I mean, how ridiculous is it? So, if you guys are here to find out, go ahead and join me as we review Bum Simulator. I played the game for like a couple of hours and got the ending. The game only has one ending, and yeah, the game can actually be completed in like 10 to 15 hours, depending on how fast you play. But yeah, guys, without further ado, let's get into the review. So the game was released back in 2023, and being in early access since 2021, the game finally fully released back in 2023. I've heard about the game back then, and I don't think I had the time to play it, but it looked like a super cool, funny, absurd, humorous type of game. And I enjoy these like funny games. It's always cool to play a game that's stocked with humor and chaotic gameplay. So the game was actually developed by a studio called Playway Studios, and the game released on Steam. I don't think the game is out on consoles though. The game is only on Steam and playable by PC players. So, I mean, this game is crazy. Let's talk about the mechanics at first. The features that you get. There's some crazy mechanics in this game. Like, you get to use a pigeon as a weapon in the game. That's super funny. And there's a lot of things when it comes to like crafting your homeless tent or base, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, that's just super funny the way you can actually become a better homeless person. And it's super funny. Like there's some dumpster diving mechanics in the game, and you actually have to do that if you do want to upgrade your base. You gotta go ahead and literally look to the trash for materials, and these materials can be used to upgrade your equipment, upgrade your base, and you can craft weird weapons which you can use in combat to complete the game's absurd, funny 10-hour to 15-hour story. There's also some really cool side missions that you can take part in as well. And you can even use your pee as a weapon. Yes, you heard me correct. You can actually pee on people if you want to. But the game is full of strange abilities and survival tactics. In the game, you actually have to ask for money if you don't have ways to get any money. You can actually craft your own signboard and write something on there, and the people will react to it in different ways. And it's quite creative in that aspect where whatever you write on the board affects the way the people see you as a homeless person in this game. And sometimes you can write really cool, funny things on there. And all of these create like funny moments in the game, which is like super enjoyable and funny. The game is not meant to be taken seriously. It is a funny game, so just keep that in mind when playing it. And we all know homelessness is a real issue in the world, and they are not condoning that in this game, but more of just using it as a concept and making it funny for gamers to enjoy. So just keep that in mind. And you gotta scavenge for food and items in the game. Like I said, you gotta take care of your hunger, your thirst, and your health. So you gotta watch what you eat, and you gotta eat. You gotta drink things to stay alive, and then also you have to sleep to keep your energy levels up. So you gotta craft in the game. Like I said, there's a big crafting system where you craft things that you can use, potions, weapons, and things like that. And of course, you do fight enemies in the game. There's some enemies that you fight, like other homeless people or just people that you need to take down in a mission. Like I said, managing the health and survival is one of the biggest mechanics in the game. So you got to take care of your health. In terms of the combat, though, you've got some improvised weapons, like I said, that can be crafted. Some cool, funny weapons that you can use, and the weird abilities in the game that you have. Like I mentioned, one of it is like peeing on your enemies. That's just super funny. And obviously, the combat will be against enemies like gangs, police, or even other threats as well. So the combat is super fun and just very, very chaotic, but funny nonetheless. And I mean, yeah, that is a big part of the game. The big part of the game is the humor, and it does land, but in some cases, it doesn't land that much. The game has dark humor included with some ridiculous dialogue, absurd situations, and the jokes just get funny as you go in the story of the game and in the side missions. So yeah, expect a lot of humor and ridiculous dialogue. Graphics and the world design of the game is really cool. The graphics isn't the best, I was able to play the game on Ultra and I got a super stable 60 frames per second. The city environment isn't that alive as I would say. You do have options to go to like a food store. You can even drink in the game if you do want to do that, drink alcohol in the game. And in some cases, you actually have to because you don't have water and you have to rely on the local liquor stores in the game. But I don't think the city environment is as alive as it could have been. This is not a triple A game by any standard, and I feel like they did the best with what they could. The NPC design in the game is not that great, but the world feels alive in a certain way, not that alive and not that empty as well. So somewhere in between. Yeah, but I mean that is the performance and the graphics. On PC in 2026, I got really good performance. I don't think I experienced any bugs or glitches. Maybe like one or two bugs, and the optimization is actually not that bad. Loading time wasn't that bad as well, and the controls is really cool. So in terms of the story and the characters, you are a homeless person and you actually lost your job somewhere, and you discover throughout the game that you have actually been experimented on, and you lost your job by this big company that is experimenting on people, experimenting on their brains and things like that. So the main mission in the game is to find out why they actually did this to you, and basically for you to get your life back. And the quest that you overtake in the game is ultimately leading you to that point in the game where you find out why this happened to you, why you are on the streets, why you ended up homeless. And the narrative kind of matters, even though it's most of the time it's funny, but there is a serious part to the game, and you've got to find out who did this to you. And even through the side missions and the quest, the main story is basically that. And there's a lot of funny moments, like I mentioned. There's a lot of ridiculous moments that'll probably keep you super engaged, like the weird abilities, the random encounters, and the unexpected gameplay mechanics. It's super cool. And in terms of is this game worth playing in 2026? I think that just depends on your style. It's one of those games that will take you by surprise with its unique slash funny concept and the funny gameplay and the ridiculous mechanics. One of the cons is there are some repetitive gameplay and crude humor. Like I said, the game has a little bit of dark humor, and that might not be for everyone. So take caution when you do decide to play it. And final verdict, guys, is the game good? I would say it's a hidden gem, and it's one of those games that I feel like there could be a bigger game made from this. They could go even further with this concept. And it's a little bit dumb, but it's fun as well, and it's just pure chaos in terms of the verdict. And I think if you are one of those people who enjoy funny games, you're definitely gonna have a blast with Bum Simulator. So, final score for the game, I think the game deserves a maybe like a 6 out of 10. In my opinion, a 6 out of 10, good enough for a game that is not even a double A game, maybe in between a double A and a 1A game. But yeah, that's my final score, guys, for Bum Simulator. Let me know if you've played the game before, though. If you're planning on playing it, if you have played it, let me know in the comment section below. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. I would really appreciate that. And as you know, guys, I have been Gamerverse. Please subscribe, please like this video, comment below, And of course, guys, as you know, I will always see you in another video.